Morning everyone. This is a video for the Sprinter 2004 on a 54 plate 416 CDI automatic, and it's a crew bus ex Metropolitan Police. It's got 7 seats with the ability to add more, and it's the long wheelbase. It's the longest configuration that you could have got of that year, the T1N model. It's rated at 4.6 tons, but can be then down rated, so not everybody will be able to drive it on their current license. If you have a grandfather license, as it's called, you can, but most people will use this probably for a camper van or for transporting motocross bikes, or like a family bus, which is essentially the reason why I bought it. So it can be down rated to 3.5 tons and then driven on a standard license, and that's generally just a case of paperwork. It's not something I've done at this stage. However, I was able to take the van in and get a standard MOT done for £35 at my local MOT centre. So there was no issues with regards to that. The van has done 74,000 miles, and at one stage, as I said, it was a Metropolitan Police vehicle. It was defleeted, I believe, 2015, late 2015, early 2016, and it has been painted and prepared for sale previously. Now, I have used the vehicle excuse me, for a number of months. I had plans for it, and as all great things happen with plans, they don't necessarily always work out. So I'm offering it for sale. It has been cleaned a little bit. I've not went to town on it. Had I been keeping it, I would have went to town on it, detailed it, machine polished it, made it spick and span inside and out. But my intentions and my plans are going to differ from whoever decides to buy it. So it's been given a quick lick all around and made presentable for sale, clean, and it's, as I said, MOT'd, I believe, to May next year. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to check that for you. Perhaps a bit longer actually, but it has no advisories on the MOT either. So as I said, this was prepared for sale previously. When it was deflated, as I said, it was they called it a rad bus. So it would have had a polycarbonate front windscreen. Standard Mercedes Sprinter glass windscreen was put in. They took the different things off the front because there would have been a rack that came down to protect the original screen, and it was given a flashover in standard white paint. Now, these Mercedes Sprinters were some of the best that were built, so they tend not to be rusty like the later ones. If you want to go around, you will see marks, and what I've done is I've put on a rust inhibitor paint in most places, like you'll see underneath there. I've not done a terrific job, but yes, I have done it. So there is little bubbles in places around that you would see where water's gathering, and the arches and behind the wheel trims, or sorry, behind the mud flaps and different things, and especially actually on the back door. You can see it's a bit greener in places. It hasn't been particularly well done, and you can see black marks. That's the rust inhibitor that I've put on. This is bubbling. It's not horrendous. It's not terminal by any matter of means. It would have been mentioned on the MOT, and there's actually no mention of any corrosion on the van at the MOT, and the centre I use is pretty comprehensive. I mean, if there's something needing done, they don't let it slide, and quite honestly, that's what I want, because I put my kids into this, and I would be selling this on, and other people would be putting their kids into it, more than likely. So it's got corrosion. It has it in the places that you would normally expect it: wheel arches, rust bubbles, stone chips. Here you can see it looks horrendous. It's black, but what that actually is, as I said, is the rust inhibitor that I've painted on an area. It was never, when the van was flashed over, it was never professionally painted in there, so it looks untidy, but you could tidy that up with a little bit of white gloss paint, like metal paint, like Hammerite. As I said, everybody's intentions are different. Mine was to change the colour altogether. As I said, it's a very good base with current MOT, low mileage. It's got the capacity for conversion because it is insulated, it has air conditioning, it has forced rear air, it has the aperture heater, night heater. It has 7 seats, 5 of which in the back can be removed or reconfigured. As I said, it has the different functions that the police themselves put in, the extra lights, the exterior lights. These are things that for whatever your needs are, this van will cover. And quite honestly, I was looking for one of these for nearly 3 years, and it took me 3 years to find one in this configuration, with the longer wheelbase, with the automatic gearbox, with the spec, and not be paying stupid money for it, because Forces Vans and different companies like that there were getting them in, and they were doing exactly what this company done. I think actually they have the sticker in the back that we're based in Preston. We'll just check. Cart Motor Company, yeah. So I've done a bit of Googling, and that obviously comes up, and you can actually still find this on their website, in their cached website information. But this sold 6,000 miles ago, with a fresh MOT, a fresh service, and a quick lick of paint for £9,200. So you can understand how valued this is. That was it, not downrated, that was nothing, that was just as it is. So the other thing is that it'll go into the low emission zone. I don't believe it's an ultra low emission zone vehicle, but I have seen documentation that the police used for putting this up as late as 2015 under the low emission zone around London. So it is possible that it can be used for that too. Okay, I'll go right and point at the bad bits. If you want to see the bad bits, we need to see it. The headlights could do with a quick polish. I give them a wipe down, but they just could do with a better quick polish than I've done. Easily done. The kits can be bought for £15. Let's see. I did mention to you about the under the windscreen. Looks crap. Looks really crap. But it's something that 10 minutes with paint can tidy it up. As I said, I haven't done this with this vehicle intentionally, because my plans were to paint it. Front arch. See a little bubbling there. Nothing horrendous. Tires all around are Goodyears. I mean, look at the tread. It's amazing tread on them. And as I said, no advisories with the brakes. Front door all good. These exterior lights do work. First panel all good. Second panel all good. I mean, I can't even see dents. There's a little crack here in the paint. It's just been, when they've done it, as I said, it's been a flashover. It hasn't been factory paint. Down here, you can see in the back arch where that is starting to bubble up, probably with trap water just behind the mud flap. But the actual arch itself is solid. The wheels are black because I put some of this rust inhibitor in them as well. I never rubbed it back, stupid me, but as I said, it doesn't bother me because it's a functional vehicle at this stage. Twin rear tyres for the capacity, and again, they're brilliant. All Goodyear cargo G26s that I can see. Okay, around the back, bit of green at the roof. You can see the black where I put the rust inhibitor. Bit of bubbling down here. The rust inhibitor looks terrible, but it's been put on for a purpose. And it actually draws the eye more to what the rust bubbles are, and that's tends to be just all this is rust bubbles. But I've put this on because I just wanted to make sure that it didn't get any worse before I started to do anything more. Okay, the back doors lock, and there is the heavy locks that go in behind them, but they need adjusted. So there's a light that flashes on the dashboard, and this is a common thing, that the hinges need adjusted. But it's a very common thing with these T1N Sprinters, particularly something that's been used like this. Back step has a little kink in it. It's straightened out. It looks like there's sensors in it. There doesn't appear to be sensors at work, so I'm assuming that was just a dummy thing. There's a light mark here where I've caught something, but it's just rubber, so it needs to be scraped off and polished off. Back arch, again, a little bit of bubbling there. I mean, everything else is solid underneath. You know what? This is where stone chips come in. It's not anything horrendous, There's a nice cobweb there. Thank you, Mr. Cobweb. Again, tire's brilliant. The tread on that. No expense for anything like that. A little bit here, again where the water gathers. This panel's all good too. Slight little dent there, slight. Again, more black underneath there where I've put it underneath. And there's the tread in the front. It's brilliant. Untidy, but you know, if this is your baby, you'll tidy it up and do those things. For me, it's I've done what needed to be done to keep it. Okay. Don't know how much time we've got left here in this video, but we'll do what we can. So I missed these bits, but you can see what I mean. It's nothing. I could probably scrape that off with my nail. Do you know what I mean? It is absolutely nothing. There's nothing serious there. A few bits in the doors. Inside I cleaned this morning because I was expecting someone to see it, and they didn't turn up. So the floor isn't spotless. It's clean, but there is marks. But this is the floor that basically came with the vehicle, and you could do paint